everyone, thanks for stopping by. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Laurie, and today we're making this coastal Life is Good sign with most of the products from the Dollar Tree and from Walmart. The best part is you can either hang it on the wall or you can actually just sit it on a shelf. If you like this sign and you know someone that would like to make it, please share my video with them. And if you haven't yet subscribed, don't forget to click that little red subscribe button below because I would so love to have you as a member of my YouTube family.
We're starting this project off with one 7-inch and two 8-inch wooden house frames from the Dollar Tree. We're going to use the front of the 7-inch and the back of the two 8-inch. An 11-inch wooden anchor from Walmart, 2-inch poster stickers, 4 2-inch seashells. I used a 5-inch Starfish, but you could use one a little bigger or smaller. Some natural jute or twine. And assorted paints. I picked white, navy blue, yellow, and teal. And then E6000 and some Mod Podge. We're going to start by removing any sticker residue on the back of the two 8-inch little houses. And make sure once the stickers are removed that there is no residue left on the back. The fun part about this project is you can choose the colors that work with your home decor. I'm choosing white acrylic paint to paint my houses. I'm painting the inside and the sides of the 7-inch house, and I'm painting the back and the sides of the 8-inch houses. After painting the outside and the sides of the 8-inch houses, I set them aside and I let them dry completely, and then I gave both of them a second coat. I painted the inside and the sides of the little 7-inch house. The paint did a great job hiding the little decorative paper on the inside, but I did set this aside and let it dry, and then I gave it a second coat. The anchor had a little hanger on the back, so I just simply removed it. And now it's time to paint our anchor. I chose this really pretty teal color. I painted both sides of the anchor. You really only have to paint the front, but I painted both sides. And after I had it painted, I did set it aside and let it dry, and then I gave it a second coat. Using the same teal paint as the anchor, I then painted two of the little shells with the same teal color. I painted just the front of both the shells. And once they were complete, I used my yellow paint and then painted two of the other shells just on the front with the yellow paint. Using the same yellow paint, I painted the front side of my Starfish. I cut about a 12-inch piece of wax paper. Using our poster letters, we're now going to spell out the words for the sign. The letters are sticky, so I did place them lightly onto the wax paper. The two small shells will be the O's in the word good. I'm using blue paint and yellow paint to paint the red letters. This is completely optional, but I'm using the blue paint to paint the majority of the letters, and then I'm going to paint two of the letters in the yellow accent color. Once the letters dried, I did go back and give them a second coat. We're now going to add some twine accent to our anchor. I decided where I wanted the twine to be placed, and then I simply tied a piece around that area and tied it off with a little knot. I then snipped the tail off with my scissors and then wrapped it around about 4 or 5 times. I then just cut off the little tail and then used my glue gun to secure it to the back of the anchor. Placing the twine accents on the anchor is completely optional. And you can decide if you want to choose more places to put the twine or less. It's completely up to you. Once the twine accent on the anchor is complete, we're now going to add a little blue paint accent. I used a wet paintbrush and a little dab of my blue paint. I unloaded some of the paint on a piece of wax paper, and then I just kind of dabbed at the edges of the anchor to give it a little blue accent. Once the anchor is completely dry, now it's time to attach our starfish. Using my E6000, I placed a generous amount on the back of the starfish. I decided where I wanted to place it, and then I just pushed firmly against it, not too firmly, and I attached it to the anchor. Now we're going to attach our little white houses, once again using our E6000. I placed the 2 8-inch houses together, and then using a pencil, I made a little mark on the houses. This mark will indicate where to place the 7-inch house, making sure that it is centered perfectly between both the 8-inch houses. Now to attach them, I use a generous amount of my E6000, and then I place the 7-inch house against the pencil mark on the 8-inch house, and I do this to both sides. I pressed all 3 of them firmly together, and then I did let them set up for about an hour. And now we're going to attach the anchor to the houses. And once again, we're going to use our E6000, but before I placed it on the anchor, I kind of moved it around to decide where I wanted it to be placed on the houses. Once I decided, I put the E6000 on the contact spots so I knew that my anchor would attach securely. And then I just pressed it down tightly, and I also let it set up for about an hour. Now we're going to attach the words to the sign. The back of the letters are sticky, but I wanted a little extra help, so I'm using some Aleene's glue and just simply painting it on with a paintbrush, and then I begin to place the letters strategically on the sign. Once the letters have been secured to the sign, now it's time to attach the little shells. I placed a bead of E6000 on the back of the shells, and then I placed each one in the area where the 2 O's would be. I finished off the sign by attaching the 2 accent teal shells. Once again, placing a little bead of E6000 on the back, and then simply placing them against the wood. To complete the sign, I chose to add a coat of Mod Podge. This is completely optional, but I thought it would be a great way to be sure that everything was sealed tightly to the sign. Once your sign has dried, it's ready to use. It can stand freely on its own, or you can hang it from the opening on the back of the top house. And never forget, even on a bad day, life is good.
I hope you had fun making this sign with me. I always have a blast hanging out with you. And if you haven't yet subscribed, don't forget to click that little red subscribe button below. Make sure you check out my other videos, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.